All right, so like I got a phone call, but yeah, where I was at, it says in verse 8 in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, say the Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and all that thou settest thine hand unto. He shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, and he hath sworn unto thee that thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk in his ways. All the people and all people of the earth shall see that thou art called the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And even now to this day, people be wondering, oh, why the cops be shooting down my brothers in the street? That's because they fucking scared. They know who the fuck we is, but our people don't know who we is. That's the main thing. But the main point I want to go into is about these curses, which is about to befall upon our people, because they still ain't hearkening. You got men try to break down the scriptures and let them know who we really are. We try to let them know who we is and how we're supposed to carry ourselves. And they might look at you like, well, nigga, who is you? Who you supposed to be? So, this video play real quick, and I'm going to go into it.
Their livestock. They claim that they stand to lose as much as $500,000 in business as the number of predators continues to grow. Now, in video, here it is, collected by locals. The birds can be seen harassing a herd of cows. The birds are said to be preying on the most vulnerable of the animals.
Vulture, it's like someone came in with a skinning knife. They're very efficient at what they do. It's all clean cuts. Usually, the hide's completely cut off, whereas with a coyote or dogs, it will be torn and jagged.
Farmers say the birds have been feeding off newborn calves, full-grown ewes and lambs. Vultures can be valuable, of course, for the ecosystem, disposing cleanly, as we heard, of animal carcasses. But farmers there argue they can't do too much to prevent attacks on their livestock.
And see, it's a reason why, because this prophecy about to come to pass, man. It's a population growing of black vultures. I remember being down in Florida. Used to be hella vultures down there. I'm talking about these vultures. These should be big as hell down there. I ain't really see too much up here in Ohio, but I'm quite sure they up here and they huge. Because a lot of the animals are a little bit bigger up here, like the squirrels and shit like that, compared to the squirrels down south. They ain't the same size, but yeah, man, they say the population growing, so they're gonna need something to eat, and I'm going to that in the description.
Because these vultures, which are native to Kentucky, are federally protected animals. Under the Migratory Bird Treaty, the birds can't be harmed without federal permission then. The punishment is a fine of up to $2,000 or even 2 years in prison. Special federal annual permits are required before a person can kill vultures in Kentucky. Joe Kane from the Kentucky Farm Bureau talked to us about the challenges the farmers are facing. The black vultures have been causing problems for livestock producers.
And that's even worse for these damn farmers too, because they're already going through hell with the weather. Just different scenarios like that. And I had a dream last night about some locusts, so it's about to get even more hellish for these damn devils. Because a lot of these Amalekites, so-called Amish and all these different people, they run these farms and all that stuff too. So a lot of them, they gonna get put through pure hell. These birds finna put hell on them. And these birds ain't only finna attack their livestock, they gonna be attacking people too. And once livestock die off and they can't really eat them, what's the next source of food?
In Kentucky for about the last 10 or 12 years, and generally the loss per year is around $300,000 to $500,000 for Kentucky's producers. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and USDA Wildlife Services are working with us to develop a program that allows producers the ability to protect their livestock. That includes non-lethal methods such as noise cannons, trapping and relocating birds. They are working with us on measures to try and help producers protect their livestock, yes. What we are looking at within the U.S. government is trying to find a way to give producers a safe harbor provision in law that would allow them to protect their livestock without having to take the time to get a permit or pay for a permit.
Hey man, the Most High allowing these birds to reproduce like that for a reason. Now I'm going to this in the scripture. It says, let's see where I was at. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. I'm going to start at verse 26. It says, and thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. And you heard what this guy just said. He said he's trying to get them away. They got noise cannons and shit. They want to catch them and relocate them. Hey, that shit ain't gonna work. These birds, they be having babies on a high level. And And the times we in, they gonna keep reproducing like that. Cause once all this stuff break out, hey man, it's gonna be some wild shit going on. Like, when you really put this stuff into perspective, and you look at how docile and unaware people are now, when they actually take them by surprise, that's why I say the Lord should come as a thief in the night. Cause the stuff that's gonna happen, it's gonna literally happen like out of nowhere. But right now it's being built up to it. You can see the signs. But the build up ain't actually what's being built, if you can understand that. But I'm gonna read some more into it even more. Let me jump back a little bit. It says in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15, it says, "But it shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord in thy power, say to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. And all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." And this is a curse right here, because our people, they like to eat a lot of food and stuff. You got vultures, you got these big ass birds. Oh, let me go back real quick, show these birds. Got the birds, and they click up together too. They don't come just one bird at a time. They ain't like eagles. Eagles, they like to fly alone. These big ass birds, they come in 20 deep. And you heard the guy say they beaks. Let me go back to what it said. It says like someone came in with a skinning knife. And if you know anything about a skinning knife, if you ever filleted fish or ever went hunting or any of that stuff, I did some of that stuff down in Florida, so I know about them skinning knives, which is very fucking sharp. So it says like someone came in with a skinning knife. They're very efficient at what they do, which they are. It says all clean cuts. Usually the hide is completely cut off. So just imagine when you out, you hungry, you barely can move, because people ain't gonna be able to, access food and stuff like that. That's when this famine and stuff started taking place. It's gonna be real rare to get food and get the normal stuff that we normally get. You got somebody out, they might black out, pass out or something, or try to sleep, get their energy back, and these damn birds come bite the shit out you and peck you. Man, it's gonna be some serious stuff going on. But go back to this image just for edification sake. Now it says when you read on some more, it says, "Curse shalt thou be in the city, and curse shalt thou be in the field." I'm reading at verse 16 now. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. And this right here, people be wondering why we go through all this stuff. It's right here. It break down every detail, everything. It says, and I wasn't gonna make this video too long because this is a little short clip, but this one's gonna be a little lengthy. But it says, "Curse shall thy basket and thy store. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store." You see how people stores like when I ride around on this side of town where I'm at, a lot of these stores actually was so-called owned by Negroes, but they been shut the fuck down. Now you got some that's still thriving or whatever, but ultimately they in the pocket of these Amalekites, because you have to go to them for loans and grants and so on and so on. And it says, "Curse shall be the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep." And a lot of people, they don't herd sheep too much no more. Like I seen some on the east side of town. This one guy, he had some sheep and stuff like that, but you don't really see how people into stuff like that. It says, "Curse shall thou be when thou comest in, and curse shall thou be when thou goest out." Because curse shall thou be when we come in. And a lot of our people be born into poverty, have to get government assistance. Then when they go out and die, a lot of people can't even afford a funeral. So, hey, all the details of our people is right here in the scripts. It says in verse 20, it says, "The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed." It says, "And until thou perish quickly because of thy wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it." And I was conversating with somebody about this too, because they were asking like, man, why people go through this, or why they have to experience this. I'm like, hey, because they don't put the Most High in it. That's what it ultimately is. You do all this stuff and you thank everybody else, but forget about the Most High. And it says, verse 22 says, "The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, with a fever, and with an inflammation." And a lot of people go through this stuff right now. It says, "And with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee till thou perish." It says in thy heaven that is over thy head. Let me get this book. I got it marked in here certainly. Shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron. The Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust from the heaven that shall come down upon thee till thou be destroyed. And ain't no coincidence right now. You got these devils spraying chemtrails, and them chemtrails got powder and dust in them. You look at the sky at night, it's red iron oxide and dust in it. All type of barium, aluminum, all type of different stuff. You want to test it out, don't just take my word for it. Go sit a cup of water outside when they spraying these chemtrails and let them chemicals fall down in that cup of water, and then test the water out later on and see what's all in there. You're going to see powder and dust, like the scripture said. It said, the Lord shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust from the heaven that shall come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. And that's what causing a lot of these crops to die off too. So you got the birds killing the crops, pesticides killing the crops, chemtrails killing the crops, and you got, what else been messing with the crops? I'm forgetting one of them. Let's see, the birds, the pesticides, the chemtrails, and I think that might be it if I'm mistaken. And oh yeah, the weather. Slacking. I almost forgot about that. The weather playing a big factor in there. If it's over flooding the land and making it muddy, ain't no plants finna grow. Ain't nothing finna grow. Or if it's snowing and blizzards out of nowhere, or hailstorms like just happened recently, stuff gonna get destroyed. Now you read on some more. It says, the Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. Shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And that's where our people at. In all the kingdoms of the earth. We got our people over in Korea. We got people in Japan, China. We got people over in some of my people still over in Israel too. They still over there. We got people in Russia. People in, all throughout Africa. In the U.S., of course. People in Mexico, South America, so on and so on. All these different areas. It break it down perfectly. It says, shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. And once again, thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. It says, it said, the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, where thou canst not be. Hey, you know what's crazy? I be out in public, I be seeing a lot of people scratching this shit. Man, what the fuck? I'm like, man, let me get away from this shit. And that shit be going on, man. That's Deuteronomy unfolding and still unfolding to this day. From way back in these times up to now. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as a blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee. When you have these UN council meetings or whatever, the EU and all that, don't nobody go speak for us, man. Ain't nobody sitting in none of them chairs speaking about what we gonna do about the people that was put in slavery, because they know exactly who we are. There's other videos that came out. You had these leaders and preachers or whatever, rabbis and different stuff across seas, saying when the people over here gonna wake up and realize who we are. And they put out messages. I seen the one guy over, I want to say it was in Iran or somewhere, one of them areas. I know it was one of them Arabics, Arabs. Ishmael, one of them. But he's basically saying he wrote a letter to the minister saying he needed to, let all the people know exactly who they are, and to send letters out to the other churches and let people know. But you know what these niggas ain't gonna do? They're not gonna let people know because they've been paid off, and they got government charters. And in the charter, it clearly states that you not reveal certain stuff. Just go by certain guidelines, and that's what they do. That's why when you go to church, they had a little pamphlet already ready. Oh, this gonna be the lesson, because the real spiritual man is gonna be all over the place. You're gonna jump from one thing to another, to another, to another, just like that, because that's how the spirit moves. It ain't just focus on one thing. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going on. It said, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. And this go on all the time. People sleeping with other niggas' wives and women and shit like that. That's why you have to ask these women, because these women be slick. They be like, oh, I ain't got no man, or none of that stuff like that. Whole time they married, engaged, and slid the damn ring off, all type of stuff. It said, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Saying, thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given to thy enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. And this is another one. I'm just end this off on this, because this will go on to this day. Because you have Child Protective Service coming grabbing these kids up, and a lot of people still be wondering why this happened to us. Hey, look in the book of Deuteronomy. You want to know why this happened to us? Let me go to it real quick. It's in verse 32. It says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people." And the main people that come get our kids will be these damn Edomites, these damn Ammonites, these Moabites. Those Edomites, there's an image of what an Edomite look like right there, since I got it up. These Ammonites, the Japanese, Moabites, is Chinese, and all the other nations mingle amongst them, whether it be the Philippines or Cambodians, you got Koreans, and so on and so on. It says, "And thy eyes shall look and fail with longer for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand." And hey, this stuff's still going on to this day, man. So if you can't see it, that's because the Most High blinded you. He didn't want you to see this. And I just want to bring this out because I seen this video about this bird. I was willing this edifying. I'll make something else a little bit later on. And, hey, be alert, man. Pay attention to what's going on. Try to apply some of these ways to your life. Like I said, you can't apply all of them to your life, because we're still in modernized captivity. But the Most High see when you apply some of them to your life, and He rewards you. And I'm definitely a witness of that. So call all y'all about Shalom. Shalom to the elect. Shalom to all the apostles and other teachers bringing His word out. And Shalak Rayam on these Edomites and these heathens. Shalak Rayam on these Amalekites that run this society and made more earthquakes hitting their places where they like to hide out at. And sinkholes open up under their places. And a blah, blah, blah.